Jinx loses control and decides to set everything on fire in the opening scene of Arcane's 9th episode, The Dirt Under Your Nails. She destroys Silco's lab after lighting a match. Naturally, this is a symbolic act of her letting go of the past, but she also destroys herself with the old Shimmer toys. Only she quits abruptly. When Echo appears, he continues to turn back time, saving Jinx from ending his own life. He is able to influence her because he thinks they can work together to create something good. Meanwhile, Jace rallies the most crucial members of the council including Caitlyn and Vi, asking for the enforcers to buy him enough time to shut down the Hex Gate. This is their only chance. Unfortunately, if he reaches the core, then it's all over. It's a fight they're meant to lose, so they need to do whatever they can to prevent that from happening. How does the fight unfold? Shortly after, the battle starts, and the combined Topsider and Undercity forces, all clad in enforcer gear, try their hardest to repel Mbessa's troops. The general, in the front, easily blocks Caitlyn's sniper rounds, though, unfortunately, Mbessa isn't alone here, as she brings in forces from the dock to join the fight including the newly revived Warwick, Vander. Vi works with the enforcers to try and stop them, but the infected Shimmer-clad soldiers are too much. Mbessa easily overpowers the group and they're held up at gunpoint. Remember Officer Nolan? Well, it turns out she's actually on Mbessa's side and working against her. She betrays her and tries to kill Caitlyn, but they've underestimated Mel. She uses her magic to kill Nolan and confronts her mother. The one wild card here is Jinx, who shows up with Echo and the firelights on a makeshift hot air balloon. As they cause mayhem and try to turn the tide, Victor shows deep in the bowels with the core, where Jace is awaiting him. Jace tries to get through to his old friend, but unfortunately, Victor makes his move. He controls all of his humanoids and turns Vander into a Shimmer-infected creature too. All of this occurs just as Caitlyn and Mbessa fight. This is Victor's final plan. He intends to unite humanity under one mind, like the Borg in Star Trek, and come together for a better future. But also one without any freedom. Jace is determined to stop that from happening. Topside, Caitlyn is helped out by Mel's magic, while Jinx and Vi fight off against Vander. Mel uses the runes to push through the defenses, but Caitlyn grabs them and stops her protection. With that gone, the sorceress grabs Mbessa and bring her into their hell. Only, Mel shows up too and realizes the sorceress has other plans. This devious force is no match for Mel, as Mel saves her mother and takes over as head of the family. This fight however, is far from over. After crashing the hot air balloon, Vi and Jinx emerge from the rubble and stand back to back, just as they were before. They try to talk Vander around, but it's no good. The pair are forced to fight for their lives. However, the wild rune starts to grow, well, more wild, as they head up into Pitover. Unfortunately, Victor's influence spreads across to everyone not already infected. Funnily enough, Jace happens to be up on the rooftop, while Echo is the only one who's not being controlled. His contraption for reversing time works to give him the edge. As he reverses time and launches the contraption straight at Victor's face. The explosion inside causes truths to be revealed. The creation of Hextech came from Jace, after Bane's saved by a mysterious mage who gave him a rune. Well, it's revealed here that the mysterious savior was actually Victor himself. He's the one who also showed up and led Jace through the Arcane-infected hellscape last episode. Jace was actually in a timeline where Victor succeeded, but this dreamless solitude and pursuit of perfection was anything but. In every timeline, he's seen that Jace is the one that shows him that he's the one who needs to set things right. So this alt version of Victor managed to set things into motion to save himself and break the cycle. Jace and Victor work together to save their future, and in doing so, relinquish Victor's maniacal grip over everything. Vander is passed out on the ground and Vi awakens, determined to try and save him. Jinx begs her to stop, believing he can't be saved as they rest precariously on a wobbly bridge. When Vander attacks, Jinx sacrifices herself to save her sister. "Always with you, sis," she says before allowing herself to be consumed by the core and killed alongside Vander to save the future. In the aftermath of this, Caitlin decides that changes need to be made for the betterment of society. The Undercity and Piltover will finally come together to fight for the future. Their story isn't over, and although Jinx is dead, Vi and Caitlin are very much together. She's still in this fight for the future, and as we cut to the horizon, Arcane comes to an end. So Arcane comes to an end, and unfortunately, this really is a bittersweet conclusion. This second season has felt so rushed, and this chapter exemplifies the best and worst aspects of the 9 episodes. On the one hand, there's been some great visuals, really nice arcs coming to an end, and some poetic nods back to the beginning of the show. The conclusion with Jace and Victor is an excellent nod to the opening scenes and setting into motion what's come to pass, along with a reason for the time jumping being included here, but the character development has suffered because it has felt so hurried. I am aware that there isn't much time to spare because of the enormous budget for this one, but the rewards don't seem nearly as significant as they may have been with more seasons. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK Bytes.